parents, Karen and Steve, put on their neon party animal hats. "Stay skibbity, kids," Steve shouted, doing a stiff robot dance toward the door. "We're going to a rager. Don't touch the fancy cheese." As soon as the door slammed, the house went silent. Leo looked at Sis. The air shifted. The cringe was beginning. "No cap," Leo said, his voice suddenly 3 octaves higher. "The parents are finally gone. It's time to main character this house." Sis didn't even look up from her tablet, but she started doing the orange justice dance in slow motion. "Bet. I'm literally iconic right now. I'm gonna make a get ready with me video, but it's just me eating raw cereal in the dark." Leo grabbed his supersonic tablet. Even though the top of the screen was cooked, he held it like a sacred artifact. He opened YouTube on Chrome and cranked a bass-boosted version of a nursery rhyme remix to 1080p. The tablet began to vibrate and emit a faint smell of burning plastic. "Leo, stop. You're breaking the vibe," Sis yelled, hitting a dab so hard she accidentally knocked over a lamp. "I'm an alpha," Leo screamed, ignoring the fact that his tablet was now hot enough to fry an egg. He stood on the coffee table and started doing the floss while reciting the entire script of a popular toilet-themed web series. Sis grabbed a bottle of ranch dressing from the fridge and started contouring her face with it for her followers. "Look at the glow-up, besties. Slay." She then tripped over her own feet and landed in a pile of laundry, but stayed there because it was aesthetic. Suddenly, the tablet let out a loud beep and the screen turned bright green. "The tablet is literally crying," Sis whispered, finally stopping her dance. "It's not crying, it's evolving," Leo replied, staring at the frozen pixelated face of a cartoon dog. They spent the next 3 hours sitting in the dark, Leo staring at a dead tablet and Sis covered in ranch dressing, both of them occasionally saying sheesh to the ceiling. When the parents walked back in, they found Leo trying to communicate with the microwave using Fortnite emotes. "We're home," Mom cheered. Leo looked at her. His eyes glazed over from too much 1080p blue light. L plus ratio plus. "You missed the Sigma grind," he whispered. Dad just sighed. "I think we left them home alone too long." The front door hadn't even finished clicking shut before the vibe in the house went from normal to maximum brain rot. Leo clutched the supersonic tablet, which was now radiating heat like a space heater, and pointed it at Sis. "Chat, is this real?" The parents actually left. We are officially in our villain era. Sis was currently busy trying to mew in the hallway mirror while wearing a pair of sunglasses upside down. "Leo, stop yapping. We need to film the ultimate transition video before they get back." "Did you get the lighting right? I can't see the record button because the top of the screen is cooked," Leo shouted, frantically rotating the tablet 180 degrees. "I have to click the bottom to make the top work. The latency is literally 10 seconds. We're lagging in real life." Suddenly, the 1080p video of Bluey they were watching in Chrome glitched out. The audio started looping. "For real, real," sounding like a broken dubstep track. "Wait, look." Sis pointed at the tablet. The heat from the processor was making the screen protector bubble up. "It's doing a special effect." "It's so aesthetic. It's not an effect. It's a thermal event," Leo yelled, but then he stopped and posed. "Actually, wait. This is a W. It looks like a filter." They spent the next 20 minutes trying to film a dance routine, where they both just stood perfectly still while the tablet's dead zones randomly clicked on things. "We are literally the most high-key siblings in Honeybrook," Sis said, trying to do a gritty but accidentally slipping on a rogue piece of fancy cheese Mom left out. "Ratio," Leo whispered, holding the burning tablet high. Just then, the tablet made a high-pitched screech, and the screen went completely white. "Did we win?" Sis asked, staring at the blank display. "No," Leo said, his face falling as he felt the plastic back panel starting to warp. "I think the tablet just went to the afterlife. It's over. We're officially NPCs now." They both sat on the floor in total silence for 3 minutes, waiting for the tablet to come back to life. It didn't. The cringe was so powerful, it had finally defeated the hardware. The parents were still gone, and the house had reached peak brain rot. The air smelled like burnt plastic and ranch dressing. Leo stared at the supersonic tablet. The screen was flickering like a haunted disco ball, but the cooked top part suddenly started working for 3 seconds, just long enough to accidentally click a top 10 scariest Roblox creepypastas video. "Sis, the tablet is possessed," Leo screamed, hitting a dab of pure terror. "It's beating the allegations. It's coming back from the Ohio void." Sis was currently wearing 3 hoodies at once, because it was core. She turned around, doing the slow motion walk transition she saw on her FYP. Leo, that's not a glitch. That's an aura. The tablet has infinite riz now that it's overheating. She grabbed the tablet, but it was so hot she had to hold it with oven mitts. Look, chat, we're doing a 3 a.m. challenge in Honeybrook. If I touch the screen and it doesn't explode, you have to subscribe. Leo started doing the distraction dance in the background while holding a singular slice of bread. Low-key, if the parents walk in and see the 1080p lag, we're getting sent to the shadow realm. We're literally cooked. Not even medium well. Well done. Suddenly, the tablet speakers let out a distorted, bass-boosted sound effect. The Android 8.1 logo appeared for a split second, then turned into a pixelated image of a taco. Is that the final boss? Sis whispered, falling to her knees in a dramatic main character breakdown. No, Leo said, his voice trembling as he did a default dance to cope with the stress. It's worse. The tablet is factory resetting itself. All our cringe edits, our 108 OP Bluey clips, gone. Reduced to atoms. Hell move, Sis cried, wiping a fake tear. That's literally so mid. Just then, the garage door opened. The parents were back. Leo and Sis looked at each other, realized they were covered in ranch and wearing oven mitts, and simultaneously hit the gritty into the kitchen to pretend they were just getting a snack. The tablet sat on the table, emitting one final puff of smoke, a fallen soldier in the war of cringe. Mom and Dad were officially in the kitchen, but the cringe virus hadn't worn off yet. Leo and Sis were trapped in a state of permanent staring contest, while the supersonic tablet sat on the counter, glowing a faint cursed orange. Leo, Sis hissed, while vibrating in place to maintain her aura. The tablet, it's making a sound. It sounds like a slowed-down version of the Bluey theme song played through a toaster. Leo stepped toward the device. The 108OP setting had finally done it. The heat had merged the internal chips into a singular, sentient piece of silicon. Suddenly, the screen flickered to life one last time. It didn't show YouTube. It showed a reflection of Leo, but with GigaChad filters applied to his face in real time. No way, Leo whispered, hitting a mewing pose so hard his jaw clicked. The tablet is giving me a glow-up from beyond the grave. This is peak. This is literally the most Sigma moment of 2026. My turn, Sis shouted, pushing him aside. She grabbed the tablet with her oven mitts, but the moment she touched the cooktop part of the screen, a massive vine boom sound effect blasted from the tiny crackling speakers. The sound was so loud it shook the fancy cheese right off the counter. What is going on in there? Dad yelled from the kitchen. Nothing, Father, Leo yelled back, while accidentally doing the orange justice dance into a wall. We are simply experiencing a high-level digital event. Do not enter, or you will lose your streak. Suddenly, the tablet's battery expanded by 0.1 millimeters, and the back cover popped off with a satisfying crunch. A final message appeared on the screen in Comic Sans. Error. Too much riz. System shut down. The screen went black. For real this time. It's gone, Sis said, dropping the oven mitts. The cringe, it's finally contained. Low key, Leo said, looking at the dead piece of plastic. That tablet was a real one. It survived Android 8.1, a cooked screen, and our entire 108OP era. They stood there for a second, then both immediately pulled out their phones to see if they could find a Honeygrove filter to memorialize the moment. The tablet was dead, but the brain rot? The brain rot was forever. The parents finally entered the room, and the air was thick with the smell of scorched electronics and ranch-flavored desperation. Why is the house vibrating? Mom asked, clutching her party animal hat. Leo was in the corner, holding the supersonic tablet like a holy relic. The screen was no longer showing pixels. It was just a glowing white void of pure energy. Mother, Leo said, his voice echoing with a funk remix reverb. The tablet has ascended. It has seen the 1080p truth. It is now the alpha and the omega of Honeybrook. Sis was frantically trying to edit the air with her fingers. Chat, my parents are literally NPCs. They don't understand the grind. We're in the endgame now. Suddenly, the tablet emitted one final, earth-shattering vine boom. The cooktop of the screen didn't just stop working. It physically detached, hovering an inch above the device. Is that a hologram? Dad asked, squinting through the cringe. No, Dad, Leo scoffed, doing a one-arm push-up while holding the tablet. It's a glitch in the simulation. The 1 gigabyte of RAM couldn't handle the sheer riz of our existence, so it folded space-time. The tablet began to play the Bluey theme song, but it was slowed down 1000% and bass boosted until the windows rattled. Sis started doing the orange justice while floating 2 inches off the ground. I'm literally peaking. This is my villain arc finale. Slay, that's it, Mom said, reaching for the tablet. This thing is going in the bin. No, Leo screamed, hitting a T-pose to block her path. If you touch it, you'll be cursed with permanent 2022 lag. You'll be stuck in the stuck-on 2022 era forever. The tablet let out a final pathetic poof of blue smoke. The screen turned into a single, giant skull emoji, then went dark forever. The hovering top part fell to the floor with a sad clink. Leo and Sis immediately collapsed. The cringe fever had broken. Low-key, Sis whispered from the floor. That was a mid-finale. Ratio, Leo sighed, staring at his dead supersonic. But at least we did it for the fans. Dad looked at the wreckage. I'm buying you guys a book tomorrow. A real paper book. Does it have 1080p? Leo asked. Dad just walked out. The legend of the supersonic was over. The funeral for the supersonic SC774KT was held in the backyard, right next to the trash can. Leo and Sis stood over the blue bumper case, which was now empty and lifeless. Chat, I'm literally shaking right now, Sis whispered to her imaginary live stream, her voice cracking with cringe. The tablet is in its asleep era. It's giving silence. It's giving 0 FPS. Leo was wearing his dad's oversized blazer and sunglasses. He held a piece of paper he'd scribbled on with a highlighter. We are gathered here to celebrate a real one. This tablet saw the Honeybrook tornado that didn't exist. It survived the 1080p heat wave. It even survived being stuck in 2022 for 3 years. Suddenly, a notification sound blared from the kitchen. Ding! Leo and Sis froze. They looked at each other. Their eyes went wide with maximum riz. The ghost of the tablet? Sis gasped, hitting a slow-motion running man toward the house. They burst into the kitchen. Dad was sitting at the table, unboxing a brand new, shiny device. It didn't have a blue bumper case. It didn't have scratches. The screen wasn't even cooked. Is that a 12-inch Pro Max Ultra? Leo breathed, his soul leaving his body. It's a replacement, Dad said, scrolling through the setup menu with lightning speed. And no, it doesn't have a cooktop. You can touch the whole screen. Sis reached out a finger, but Leo slapped it away. Wait, we have to check the specs. If it doesn't have at least 8 gigabytes of RAM, it's an L tablet. We can't let the brain rot touch it yet. Leo grabbed the new tablet and immediately went to Chrome. He typed in YouTube. He found the highest quality video he could find, 4K resolution. The tablet didn't get hot. It didn't lag. It didn't smell like burning plastic. It's too smooth, Sis whispered, horrified. It's preppy. Where's the struggle? Where's the glitch? How are we supposed to make a transition video if the tablet actually works? Leo looked at the crystal clear 4K image of a cartoon dog. You're right. This isn't a vibe. This is normal. He looked at the old broken supersonic in the trash can outside. I missed the lag, Sis. The lag was our power. Ratio, Sis agreed. They both sat at the table, staring at the perfect, non-broken screen in total silence. The cringe was gone. The world was high definition. And for the first time in Honeybrook history, they were bored. The 4K tablet sat on the marble counter, its screen so sharp it made Leo's eyes hurt. He stared at his reflection. No lag, no pixels, just a guy. I can't do it, sis, Leo whispered, pushing the new tablet away. It's too mid. It's got too much normie energy. I feel my aura draining. I'm becoming a productive member of society. Sis was sitting on the floor, staring blankly at the wall. I tried to film a transition, Leo, but the camera quality is so good you can see the ranch stains on my hoodie. It's not a vibe. It's a documentary. Suddenly, Leo's eyes lit up with a sinister glint. He ran to the outdoor trash can and retrieved the old Supersonic. It was covered in coffee grounds and shame, but the blue bumper case was still holding strong. What are you doing? Sis gasped, hitting a confused emote. That thing is a brick. It's literal e-waste, is it? Leo smirked. He grabbed a hairdryer and pointed it at the charging port. If we can just jumpstart the battery, we can transfer the cringe spirit from the Supersonic into the new Pro Max. We can infect the high-definition world with the 1080p lag. He plugged the Supersonic into the wall. The charger sparked. A smell like burning tires filled the kitchen. Suddenly, the cooked top of the screen flickered. A single pixelated image of a dancing banana appeared. It's alive, Leo screamed, doing a victory gritty so hard he knocked over a vase. He pressed the old tablet against the new one. Transfer the Riz. Upload the brain rot. Go! The new 4K tablet started to flicker. The perfect resolution began to melt. Colors started bleeding together. A low-pitched, distorted version of a popular meme song started playing from the $200 speakers. Chat, we did it! Sis yelled, grabbing the new tablet as the screen began to stutter, and the top half became completely unresponsive to touch. The new tablet is officially cooked. The legacy of the Supersonic lives on. Sheesh, Leo shouted, as the brand new device began to overheat and smell like a campfire. Now this is a masterpiece. Just then, Dad walked back in, looking at his expensive, melting technology. Why? He asked, his voice trembling. Is the new tablet playing a 144p video of a spinning taco? Leo looked at him, his face illuminated by the glitching blue light. You wouldn't get it, Dad. It's a canonical event.
The end. Okay, guys. If you would like some more Roblox story videos, it takes a long time, but just let me know if you want more, okay? Bye-bye! Roblox, Blockcraft, Roblox, Blockcraft, Roblox, Blockcraft, Roblox, Blockcraft, Roblox, Blockcraft, 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 Roblox, 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 Roblox. Bye-bye.